Hello and welcome to Idea TV News Update. I am Chinatu Oji. We begin with the headlines. Abia State rolls out 3.5 billion naira for rural roads and agri-hubs in major development drive. Nigeria's pharmaceutical industry targets self-sufficiency with innovation and strategic partnership. Tinubu to inaugurate Lagos-Calabar Highway and celebrate ECOWAS Silver Jubilee. In business, CBN introduces new Islamic finance instruments to enhance liquidity and market stability. Now news in full. In a significant move toward infrastructural and agricultural growth, Abia State has committed 3.5 billion naira as a counterpart fund for upgrading rural roads and establishing agro-logistics hubs across about 10 local government areas under the Rural Access and Agricultural Marketing Program. This funding, disclosed by Commissioner for Information Oke Kanu at a recent briefing, marks the beginning of the project in the selected LGAs, with expectations of full-scale commencement once the World Bank provides its matching support. Governor Alex Otti's administration is active in education initiatives, with plans to commission one of the 20 completed smart schools in Umuahia on May 27th. Additionally, the state recently signed into law 18 executive bills, bringing the total enacted laws under his government to 30, aimed at institutionalizing ongoing reform. Celebrating 2 years in office, the Abia State has lined up a series of events, including Children's Day celebrations, a public lecture by former Finance Minister Dr. Kalu Dika Kalu, the governor's traditional state broadcast, a grand parade, a state banquet, and a football match between government arms, all designed to showcase the administration's achievements and future plans. Legal and governance reforms spearheaded by Attorney General Ikechukwu Nwanna are seen as the backbone of this development, emphasizing the government's commitment to transformative governance and infrastructural advancements across the state. Moving on, at the 2025 Nigeria Pharmaceutical Industry Growth and Investment Summit, key stakeholders underscored the urgent need to boost local manufacturing capacity through technology, strategic investment, and collaborations, aiming for sustainable sector growth. The summit, organized by PBR Life Sciences, gathered top industry leaders, government officials, development finance institutions, and private investors to chart a future when Nigeria becomes a pharmaceutical production hub for Africa. Former Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria President Ahmed Yakasi stressed that building scalable structures, including mergers and robust financial models, is essential for growth and self-sufficiency. He emphasized that Nigeria must go beyond basic formulations to vaccine development, including injectable medicines, leveraging the African Continental Free Trade Area to serve neighboring countries and beyond. Similarly, Samuel Gunjimi, CEO of Codex Group, lamented Nigeria's sluggish pharma growth compared to telecoms and oil and gas, calling for more homegrown solutions. He urged local entrepreneurs to invest, transfer technology, and deepen technical expertise for genuine progress. Ayodeji Alaran of PBR Life Sciences highlighted Nigeria's heavy reliance on import. 70% of medicines are imported, highlighting the risk of currency fluctuations and supply chain disruptions. With the population projected to reach over 377 million by 2050, he urged for bold investment to accelerate local production, underlining that building resilient homegrown capacity is vital to Nigeria's healthcare and economic future. Dr. Abdul Mukhtar, National Coordinator of the Unlocking Healthcare Value Chain Initiative, encouraged investors to see healthcare as a lucrative sector with vast growth potential. Currently, Nigeria's health sector contributes only 3 to 4% to GDP versus around 17 to 18% in the U.S., presenting considerable room for expansion. He announced ongoing efforts, including the zero import duty and VAT exemptions on health sector equipment and raw materials, and the creation of Medipool, a procurement organization to guarantee procurement volumes for manufacturers. Looking ahead, Nigeria aims to produce at least 70% of its healthcare products locally by 2030, fostering an ecosystem that empowers local firms, reducing dependency on imports, and drives economic growth. President on Saturday, May 31st. Moving on, the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will officially inaugurate Section 1 of the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway, a key milestone in Nigeria's infrastructure development. The event marks a major achievement for his administration's focus on improving transportation and connectivity, This inauguration coincides with the launch of other critical projects, including the Lekki Deep Seaport Tax Credit Concrete Road and the commencement of Section 2 of the Lagos-Calabar Highway. Additionally, President Tinubu will remotely inaugurate multiple road projects across northern Nigeria to accelerate regional road connectivity. Meanwhile, the President will join Nigeria and the West African region in celebrating the ECOWAS 50th anniversary, a landmark event initiated in Accra last month. The celebrations in Lagos will feature a reenactment of the 1975 ECOWAS Declaration, speeches and panel discussions of the Nigerian Institute of International Affairs with notable figures including General Yakubu Gowon and ECOWAS Commission President Dr. Umar Toure. President Tinubu's itinerary includes a keynote speech at the Eco Hotels, where he will reflect on the ECOWAS milestone over the past 5 decades. The celebration will also honor Abdullah Akinyemi, former foreign minister, and feature a review of the regional bloc's journey. The President will observe Eid el-Kabir prayers at Dodan Barracks before returning to Abuja, emphasizing his active engagement in national development and regional unity. We go on a quick break now. The news continues when we return.
Across Africa, innovation is rewriting the future. From the skilled hands of artisans to the bold visions of entrepreneurs, creativity meets enterprise in groundbreaking ways. Welcome to Innovation, where we celebrate Africa's ingenuity.
Welcome back. If you're just joining, this is still Idea TV News. Now on the rest of the stories. In business, the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has announced the introduction of 3 new financial instruments aimed at strengthening Nigeria's non-interest Islamic banking market and enhancing liquidity management for Islamic financial institutions. Disclosed in a circular dated May 23rd, the new tools are part of Nigeria's broader strategy to deepen Islamic finance operations, aligning with global best practices and promote financial stability in the sector. The Nigerian Non-Interest Financial Institution Master Repurchase Agreement (NMMRA) is a standardized contractual framework designed to regulate and facilitate non-interest repo transactions, ensuring compliance with Sharia principles. It aims to improve short-term liquidity management and support more efficient interbank funding for Islamic banks. The CBN Non-Interest Asset-Backed Securities (CNIABS) is a tradable security backed by tangible assets, structured for Islamic banks to manage excess liquidity and meet reserve requirements without interest-based instruments. The CBN Non-Interest Note (CNIN) is an interest-free loan instrument facilitating liquidity absorption through periodic auctions between the central bank and eligible institutions, providing a new avenue for liquidity management. These instruments will enable Islamic financial institutions to participate more actively in Nigeria's monetary system, fostering market depth and operational efficiency. All authorized participants, including full Islamic banks and conventional banks with Islamic windows, are required to integrate these instruments into their operations, strictly adhering to existing regulations. Notably, participants will be excluded from accessing the CBN's discount window on auction days for CNI and CNIN and maintaining clear separation between Islamic and conventional liquidity channels. And that's all we have for you on Idea Media News. But before we go, here's a recap of the major headlines. Abia State rolls out 3.5 billion naira for rural roads and agro-hubs in major development drive. Nigeria's pharmaceutical industry targets self-sufficiency with innovation and strategic partnership. President Tinubu to inaugurate the Lagos-Calabar Highway and celebrate ECOWAS Silver Jubilee. In business, CBN introduces new Islamic finance instruments to enhance liquidity and market stability. Happy Children's Day. Join us tomorrow for an exciting Children's Day special on Idea Morning Digest. Do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms at Idea Television. I am Chinatu Oji. Thank you for watching.